Welcome back to my channel, US Rare Coins News, Top 1. Today we are looking at a coin that millions of people have seen, but very few realize it celebrates one of the biggest milestones in American history. The 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar. At first glance it looks like an ordinary 50-cent coin, but some versions of this coin have surprised collectors with values far beyond 50 cents, and here's the interesting part. This coin was made to celebrate 200 years of American independence. But hidden among the millions that were produced are special details, silver versions, and even minting errors that collectors love to hunt for. In the next few minutes I'll show you exactly what to look for, why this coin was created, and how certain examples have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Take a close look at the coin as it appears on screen. Bring the camera in tight and slowly rotate it under the light. The front of the coin shows the familiar portrait of John F. Kennedy facing left. His portrait has appeared on the half dollar since 1964, shortly after his presidency. Across the top you'll see the word Liberty, and just below Kennedy's neck you'll notice something unusual about the date. Instead of a single year, the coin reads 1776, 1976. That double date is the first clue that this coin is different. It was created to celebrate the 200th anniversary of American independence, marking 2 centuries since the country was founded in 1776. Now flip the coin over and bring the camera even closer. The reverse design is completely different from regular Kennedy half dollars. Instead of the presidential seal, you'll see a colonial drummer standing proudly with a drum at his side, holding a drumstick in one hand. A torch is surrounded by 13 stars to represent the original colonies. This design was created by artist Seth G. Huntington after winning a national competition. The image captures the spirit of the American Revolution and the celebrations that took place across the country during the bicentennial year. Move the camera slowly across the drummer so viewers can see the detail in the drum, the uniform, and the stars around the torch. Now here's something that surprises a lot of people. Even though these coins are very common, not all of them are the same. Most 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollars were made from a copper-nickel clad composition. These were produced in huge numbers by the United States Mint for everyday circulation, but special collector versions were also struck in 40% silver. These silver coins were sold in special mint sets and have a slightly different look, often with a brighter, softer shine. If you ever find one of these coins, checking the edge can give you a clue. A silver version usually has a more uniform silver color, while the clad coins show a thin copper line along the edge. Now let's talk about something collectors always watch for: mint marks. Some coins were made in Philadelphia with no mint mark. Others were struck in Denver with a small D under Kennedy's portrait. And special proof coins were produced in San Francisco with an S mint mark. Each version has its own level of rarity and collector interest, but the real excitement often comes from minting errors. Zoom in on the lettering and numbers. Some bicentennial half dollars have been discovered with doubled dies, where parts of the lettering appear slightly doubled. Others show off-center strikes or unusual die cracks. These errors happened during production, and they slipped past the mint's quality control. Because of that, collectors are always searching for them. Imagine going through a box of half dollars and suddenly spotting something unusual in the lettering or the design. That moment is what keeps many collectors hooked on the hobby. Now let's talk about value. Most circulated 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollars are still worth around 50 cents to a few dollars today. They're widely available and easy to find, but coins in uncirculated condition with strong luster can sell for $10 to $20 depending on quality. Silver versions usually sell for more because of their silver content, often ranging from $10 to $30 or higher depending on the market. And when you get into the highest graded coins or rare mint errors, the value can jump dramatically. Some top-grade bicentennial Kennedy half dollars have sold for several $100s, and certain rare varieties have reached even higher prices at auction. Not bad for a coin many people once spent without a second thought. So now I'm curious. Do you have a 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar in your collection? Maybe one tucked away in a drawer, a jar of coins, or an old family coin album. And if you could add any rare coin to your collection, which one would it be? Tell me in the comments. I always enjoy hearing what coins people are searching for. The 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar is more than just pocket change. It celebrates 200 years of American history, features a unique design you won't see on other half dollars, and still offers the thrill of possible hidden value. Top 2. Today we are looking at a coin that many people once spent without thinking twice, yet some collectors today search for it like hidden treasure. The 1967 Kennedy half dollar. It might look like an ordinary 50-cent coin, but this particular year holds a few surprising secrets that can make certain examples far more valuable than their face value. Stay with me for a moment, because this coin has a story that connects history, silver, and a unique moment when the US Mint actually removed mint marks from coins. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to check if you ever find a 1967 Kennedy half dollar in your collection, because a few small details can make a big difference. Let's take a close look at the coin. Bring the camera in tight and slowly rotate the coin under the light. On the front, you'll see the familiar portrait of John F. Kennedy facing left. The design is bold and instantly recognizable. Around the top edge is the word Liberty, while the date 1967 appears just below Kennedy's portrait. The phrase "In God We Trust" sits beneath his neck. Move the camera slightly closer so viewers can see the details in the hair and profile. Even though this coin circulated widely, the design still has strong lines and a striking presence. Now flip the coin over, zoom in on the reverse side. You'll see the presidential seal of the United States, with a powerful eagle spreading its wings. The eagle holds an olive branch in one claw and arrows in the other. Above its head is a ring of stars, representing the states. This design was created by Gilroy Roberts for the portrait and Frank Gasparo for the reverse, both artists working for the United States Mint at the time. Now here's where things get interesting. Look carefully under the date on the front of the coin. You'll notice something missing. There is no mint mark. That wasn't a mistake. In fact, it was a deliberate decision. During the mid-1960s, coin collecting exploded in popularity across the United States. People began pulling coins out of circulation, especially silver ones. The government worried this was creating a coin shortage. So from 1965 through 1967, the US Mint removed mint marks entirely. Coins were still made in places like Philadelphia and Denver, but they didn't show the usual identifying letters. That means every 1967 Kennedy half dollar looks the same at first glance, no matter where it was produced. Now here's another important detail: the 1967 Kennedy half dollar still contains silver. From 1965 through 1970, these coins were struck with 40% silver content. If you tilt the coin and look at the edge, you'll notice it doesn't have the same bright copper stripe you see on modern coins. That silver content alone makes many collectors hold on to them, but there's more. Bring the camera in for an extreme close-up of the lettering in Kennedy's portrait. Some 1967 half dollars show interesting minting errors. Collectors have discovered doubled dies, where parts of the lettering appear slightly doubled. Others show clipped planchets, die cracks, or off-center strikes. These errors happened during the minting process, and they slipped into circulation unnoticed, and that's exactly the kind of thing collectors love to find. Imagine sorting through old coins and suddenly spotting one where the lettering looks doubled or the strike looks unusual. That moment turns an ordinary coin into something much more exciting. Now let's talk about value. Most circulated 1967 Kennedy half dollars are still fairly common, and many sell for around $3 to $5 because of their silver content. Coins in bright uncirculated condition can sell for $20 to $50 depending on quality, and when you get into the highest graded examples, prices can climb much higher. Some top-quality coins certified by grading services have sold for several $100s at auction. Rare mint errors can also bring strong premiums depending on how dramatic the error is. So while many of these coins are modest in value, the right example can definitely surprise you, which brings up an interesting question. Have you ever checked the half dollar sitting in your coin jar or an old family collection? There might be a 1967 Kennedy half dollar hiding there right now, and if you found one, the first thing to do is look closely at the condition, the edge, and the lettering. Now I'd love to hear from you. Do you own a 1967 Kennedy half dollar? Or have you ever discovered a valuable coin while searching through spare change? Tell me in the comments. And if you could add any rare coin to your collection, which one would it be? The 1967 Kennedy half dollar may look simple, but it represents a fascinating moment in American coin history. It carries silver. It was minted during a national coin shortage, and it came from the unusual period when mint marks disappeared entirely. Top 3. Today we are looking at a coin that might be hiding in your change right now, the 1972 D. Kennedy half dollar. Most people see it and think it's just 50 cents, but some of these coins are actually collectible, and a few can surprise you with their value. This isn't just pocket change, it's a piece of history with hidden details collectors love to hunt for. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you what makes the 1972 D. Kennedy half dollar special. We'll look at the design, the silver content, minting quirks, and why some examples have sold for way more than face value. By the end, you'll know exactly what to check if you ever find one in your collection. Take a close look at the coin on screen. Slowly rotate it so viewers can see the front. The familiar profile of John F. Kennedy faces left, strong and clear. Around the top is Liberty, and the date 1972 sits just below Kennedy's neck. Now bring the camera closer to the small D mint mark just under the date. That tiny letter tells us this coin was made at the Denver Mint. Even though it's small, it's an important detail that collectors notice right away. Flip the coin over and focus on the reverse. The eagle is bold, holding arrows and an olive branch, just like all Kennedy half dollars. Above, United States of America arches across the top, and one half dollar sits clearly at the bottom. It's a simple design, but the details are sharp if the coin hasn't been heavily circulated. Now here's something interesting about 1972 D half dollars. By this year, Kennedy half dollars no longer contained full silver like the early 1960s issues. Instead, they were 40% silver if they were special collector coins, or copper-nickel clad for circulation. This means the coin you find in change is usually the clad version, but high-grade silver collector versions can be more valuable. Look closely at the coin's surfaces and edges. Some 1972 D half dollars show small minting quirks that make collectors excited. You might see minor die cracks, doubled lettering, or subtle variations in the design that slipped past the mint. These small errors can turn an ordinary coin into something special. Bring the camera in for a close-up on Kennedy's hair and the lettering. On a coin that's been well preserved, you'll notice crisp lines, strong relief, and a nice reflective shine. These are the ones that draw attention in auctions or private sales. So, what is a 1972 D. Kennedy half dollar really worth today? Most circulated coins are still valued close to face value, maybe $1 or $2 because they're common. But collector-grade coins in uncirculated condition can sell for $10 to $30, depending on eye appeal and surface quality. Silver versions, or coins with minor mint errors, can climb higher, sometimes over $100 for really clean, special examples. Imagine finding one of these coins in a box of old change and realizing it's more than just 50 cents. That's the thrill of collecting Kennedy half dollars. Now I want to hear from you. Do you own a 1972 D. Kennedy half dollar? Or have you ever come across a coin that surprised you with its value? Tell me in the comments, and if you could add any rare coin to your collection, which one would it be? The 1972 D. Kennedy half dollar might look ordinary at first, but it carries history, minting quirks, and the chance to be more than just pocket change. If you enjoyed learning about this coin, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the next rare coin video on your screen. You never know which coin could turn up as a hidden treasure in your collection.